Welcome to Modern Thatch Living. It's been a little while, a couple of weeks, since I last made a video. The reason for that is I've been doing a lot of tasks that are actually quite boring to watch. Things like oiling a lot of wood, getting things prepared for other projects. The stairs are nearly finished. We're waiting for glass to go in at the side of the stairs. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done in here to tidy it up, ready for the plasterers. There's a bit of framing to be done. I've already started that. A bit of wiring that needs doing. Now, before anyone gets too excited about that, we do have electricians coming in to do the second fix. However, there are some bits of wiring that I need to put in place so that the electricians can actually do what they need to do without destroying the plastering that we're going to have done. We tried to get as much of the first fix done as possible before the stairs were built, but there was an element of it which couldn't be done. I've also decided that we needed a couple more wall lights in, and so I've run some new wire to those positions, and I'm going to connect that up temporarily. It's all isolated from the mains at the minute, and I'll leave the connections accessible so that when we get electricians in the future after the plastering, they can check the work that I've done and ensure that it actually meets the guidelines. Anyway, let's get on with doing some work here. So these walls are not going to have plasterboard. The walls in this building are done with a wire mesh that is rendered over the top. And this is to allow movement in the building. So wire mesh will go across here and then it'll be rendered over with a cement sand based render. This is the feed wall lights. This one runs the switch, I think, certainly off in that direction, and then it runs over to that wall light there. So I'm going to cut this, then this runs the two new wall lights, one over there and one over here. So I'm going to connect these all up, and that should work. There'll be a hole in the ceiling about there for a spotlight, so there's enough room. Right. So I'm using these WAGO connectors to do this, and make it very easy for the electricians to correct if I've done anything wrong, although I'm not sure how you can do very much wrong if you follow the instructions with these things. They're very straightforward. Right, that is all ready, and I've got a WAGO box here which is labelled out wall lights, so that when it's pulled down they can be sure this is the correct one. Looks quite tight and cozy. And that should come down through the light fitting hole, which will be there, so the electricians can check what's being done. I want to put a bit more slack through. Just to be sure. Right. That should definitely be okay now. That will be closed up, and it's all ready now. Thought it might be nice to have lights underneath the shaft. I'm not totally sure, so I'm going to try out this test rig and just see what it might look like, and if it looks okay then we'll rig up all the stair shelves with these lights. And see, it's a bit of an experiment at this stage. And it will need a bit of refinement, figure out how we're going to do this. But they should establish the principle of whether we want lights or not. Onto the shelf here so it doesn't keep coming off. And now I think I need to try and just take this under here to get an idea what it might look like if done properly. Right, let's turn the lights off. Yeah, that could look quite nice. There's going to be a back to the shelf as well, which isn't there yet, where the stud wall is. So I think that will work. I think that will look quite nice. So that's with the light at the bottom. I think that looks nice. Right, we have quite a lot of work still to do in here, and need to protect the stairs up against people dropping stuff, contractors walking up the stairs with boots on when they've been asked not to. These are all things that happen, and these stairs are absolutely beautiful at the minute, so I really want to try and protect them up. So here we are, stairs protected now. So there's quite a lot of junk under here, nails. I was just terrified that I might drop the hammer or a crowbar while taking this off and denting the floor. So anyway, ready to go now. I'll finish off that, cleaning this up. So there are chunks of softwood like this nailed to the wall all over the place. So I think they might have been for shelves in the past. Anyway, it's not exactly what you want at the bottom of the stairs. I'd much rather just have the oak and get it cleaned up. Anyway, we've nailed these in with most enormous old-fashioned nails. I'm expecting them to just pull through the pine or whatever it is. And then I need to take them off with a hacksaw. Here we go. Good Lord, they've come out. And God knows what all that junk is at the back. Looks horrible. Right. A vacuum cleaner, I think. Now there's a screw in the wall. Inevitably. Seem to have been loads of screws in the wall just randomly in this house. Now, it's possible it's corroded in the wall, in which case it'll, in the oak rather, in which case it'll just rip off. We'll see. Oh, yeah, there we go. The screw just snapped where it went into the oak. The thing about oak is it's got lots of tannins and things in it which can cause metal to corrode. So if you screw anything into oak, you need to use stainless steel. And that is why. There's absolutely no strength there, it just corroded through where it touched the wood. Right. Gonna have to do something about this. It's proud of the wall quite a long way. So what I thought I'd do is cut a wedge out of old oak at some point and put it behind here and peg it all through into the beam behind. Don't know why they didn't do that originally. Clearly doesn't do very much as it is. It's just for show. But I think it could be made to look a lot more authentic, as though it's doing something. But that's for another day. Right, I think that might be it for the night. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Modern Thatch Living. Protecting up the stairs, cleaning up some of the woodwork, doing some of the stud work in here. I'm sure we're going to be back in here before too long, doing some other aspect of this room. There's so much tidying up that needs to be done in here. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.